is my last warning. The attic is strictly off limits. Don't let me catch anyone sticking their nose where it does not belong.
I thought so. The attic. As you might have guessed, it is now midnight. And at midnight, times that, there was this clock in the attic. And all the figurines should be available. Yeah, exactly. Just like that.
Oh, Mr. Stauff.
Alright, it's down to 2 people now. 2 people. Julia Hines and the boy. His name is Tad. Where do my figurines go? It's infuriating. Alright, fine. I can work with this. Who have we got here?
Edward Knox. I never was. Arrogant and selfish. And out of luck.
Yes, and he died in this very room. Which switch is it? Here. Who else we got? Oh, wait a second. So that's what that does. For each person I position, one of those lights lights up. One of these people is already in place. Or at least it appears that way, even though they can't possibly be in place.
Brian Dutton. All business, no remorse. Out for glory and no one to watch his back.
So which one of these is the music room? Oh, I think it's this one. Don't know that for sure. I think it, yeah, it looks like I got that one right. All right. There's a third person that I remember finding him, but not where I found him. Unless it was in here. Two people died in this room. Well, I might as well position who I can while I look for this guy. There we go.
Martine Burden. Manipulative Martine. Why cultivate skills when you have the looks?
I'll say. Where is the foyers? It's in here someplace. Yeah, you can see the steps. Alright. It's where I found somebody in here. Oh, he's already there. That's the magician, and he died in the bathtub. Not the bathroom, the bathroom. Yeah, somebody shot him. So, Mrs. Knox.
Eleanor Knox. Weak-willed and always afraid, but with a dormant power.
Okay, and yeah, she died in here. Right in the cellar. Two left. And I think I can guess. I mean, we haven't seen them. But you can guess who they are.
Julia Heim. Always looking back and growing more bitter by the minute.
Sounds awful familiar, doesn't it? Here we go. Come to think of it, we haven't heard Hamilton's spiel yet. So if I were to take him out of the bathroom just briefly.
Hamilton Temple, a life devoted to pretense, but yearning for real magic, real power.
And we've already established that he died in the bathroom. Finally, the seventh guest.
Tad Gorman. A pure soul. The one who will let us in.
But let you into where? Into the demonic realms where the voices came from? The ones who twisted Henry Stauff into, well, this? Well, now that everybody's in position, let me see if I can get into here. Oh boy, now this is an attic. Another record. Oh, and there's a record player over there. This doesn't seem to have the Stauff symbol on it.
Poor Tad. Poor little urchin. We can give you what you want. What you want.
You know, if those were the voices Stauff heard, I can't exactly fault him for falling victim to them.
Toymaker, here are commands. The sacrifice. The ritual. Bring him to us. The boy is the key. Their fate has been sealed. You will get your wish.
So this looks like the church of the, church of what? Those voices, perhaps? Honestly, they could probably tell me to do nasty things, too. And again, my situation isn't all that much similar to Stauff's, at least. But, come to think of it, in some circumstances, it is. What else is here?
Round and round in circles, every night. And every night, you become weaker.
Well, there's a lot of really cool stuff here. This mask, that horn there. What exactly is this? It's not a blueprint plan. Maybe it's a map. That's a map of the United States, I think. And that's a skull. But it would be incredibly cliche to do that monologue from Hamlet. You know, alas, poor Yorick, I knew him well, etc., etc. Oh, this is interesting. This is a sort of a mechanism. And you have to line these rings up to, don't know, project an image on the opposite side here? It's kind of funny that there's light coming in the window even though it's midnight, and it should therefore be dark out, or at least not this bright out. I mean, moonlight isn't nearly that intense, is it? Clock missing its hands. Teddy bear. Loose boards on the floor. If I were to pry them up, how would I go about doing that? Well, it's a possibility. I'm not just going to ignore it. This mechanism. There's got to be a locomotive source for it somewhere, but where? Well, I have held that Stauf didn't exactly act on his own. In fact, the material I've read throughout the course of this game does suggest that. You heard voices, and now I've heard them too. Or at least the ones that Stauf heard. Maybe a swan and a snake. You know, there was a puzzle with a swan and a snake way down in the basement. I suppose it stands to reason that there should be a similar puzzle up here. And there's a hole in the floor. Alright, what's this button do?
Another puzzle? Oh, I don't have time for this.
Oh, right. I forgot. Julia is like the one person left. Okay, so we've got 4 buttons. Objection back there. I'm not exactly sure what its source is. What do these levers do? And this thing. They don't really seem to do anything, or if they are doing something, it's not something I can see. So this looks like a combination. Or maybe it's a selector. Like, for example, it is a selector. I think I'm starting to understand this. You see, this symbol, I think we're supposed to make it in the projection using the light from that window here. How you manage that, I'm not 100% sure, but okay. Let's bring all the pieces down first. Go. Three. 4. There we go. Okay, but they're not quite aligned just yet. The image in the end is supposed to be like I think a star with this symbol on it. couldn't just angle it correctly. And then 1 and 2 might be missing 3. We could fill in center here, maybe? No. Come to think of it, the star looks a little bit off there. Just concentrate just enough on the one thing. Dial back just a bit. Maybe. Oh, maybe that's good as I'm gonna get it. But that doesn't make sense. I had it like that before. Unless what I have to do is pointing it down. What was the angle's a little bit off? Is there anything that can fill this gap? The gap between 1 and 2. I mean, yeah. 4 looks like it could do it, but it's just a little bit off. Which implies that I need to use another one of the rings, like, I don't know, 2 maybe? Look at that, it's just a, I've got 3 here, but here I might make the star, but it doesn't form the symbol that I'm supposed to superimpose over it. What if I tried 1 again? Or maybe if I made it such that that the point of the star was either directly up or directly down. Is there any way to do that? This is off just by a little bit. 4. One of these. Not 2. One seems to keep falling into place. If I keep one where it is, then the 5-pointed star would be upside down, like completely upside down. Am I able to do that with any of these others? That pentagon in the center. Well, here, if you look at the 3rd ring here, I've got it with the star pointed directly up. And usually the way these things work is that the star is pointed either directly up or directly down. It's not going to be hanging off to the side. With that's the case, then the line here should be directly flat. Like that, maybe? I mean, yeah, if you look over at that furthest ring, you'll notice that one of the lines in the star is directly horizontal. And in ring 3, it's pointing directly upwards. That point over there. So 1 and 3, I suppose it's safe to say that they are in the correct positions. Otherwise you'll have the star cockeyed, and that generally doesn't work that way. Now let's focus on number 2. The other side of this isn't exactly filled out. Maybe it's this way. Here. It's not 4. I think I almost have it. Yeah, that does look about right, doesn't it? But if that's the case, why isn't anything happening? And for all intents and purposes, this is the symbol that I'm supposed to project. Does that mean that I can... No, I can't. But why not? If I've gotten the symbol right... Wait a minute. Oh, I think I'm starting to understand now. I've got it wrong. It's upside down. Yeah, the star's supposed to be pointing downward instead of upward. Can I do that? Can I just take all 4 of these rings and rotate them an even 180 degrees? Looks like it. So we got 1. Sorry, that was my fault. And then around like that. 2. Let me just keep an eye on that 1 notch there. Make it point down instead of up. And 1. Same thing.
There. Now I can go in.
If I remember the model correctly, in the attic, both the boy and Julia died not in this room, but in the next one. And the boy I suppose, was sacrificed.
Oh, Mr. Stow!
Please, not in there! There's something terrible on the other side!
Listen, when you get to my age, the other side is all you think about. Get in, you little brat.
Even when you get to...
Everything you need?
I don't know. What do I need? I don't think you can carry objects between rooms. This door. Can I get through this door? Wait, that's the door I just came in. But if that's the case, then... There's a door on both sides. What is this door?